Alright, so hey friends, because there are very often questions coming up about Raidbots, simming, and optimizing gear, I decided to make a quick 1 or 2 videos, mini-series explaining what exactly is Raidbots and how to use some of the more important features of that website to optimize your DPS. So today I'll be talking specifically about Droptimizer. The next video will probably cover gear compare and top gear together. So what is Droptimizer? As the name suggests, it is a tool that allows you to optimize your drops. It's very good for deciding what do you want to bonus roll. It's very good for deciding what to do with your Titan Residuum, and it's also very good for letting the loot council know how big of an upgrade each of the items in the raid is. So let's get into it. By selecting the Droptimizer option on Raidbots, you will be presented with 2 ways to load your data. One of them can be done through Armory by choosing the realm and your character name, or you can also do it through the Simulation Craft add-on that I highly recommend to download. And once you will get that add-on inside the game, you will have to write down a command called /simc. After that, writing that command in the game, you are presented with a string of text that you will just have to copy and paste into the website itself. So I'm about to do that, and when I completed that, you can see a few things here. One of the things is the, let's say, choices of gear and talents, or the essences that I have decided to put. And now we are presented with a couple of sources. Today we'll be talking specifically about the raid and Azerite Vendor gear, but you can also do different stuff with it, like Mythic Plus or Benthic Armor, if you want to. What exactly Droptimizer does is that it runs a simulation of your character and compares your character with each of the items from the loot pool of a specific raid, specific source that we are interested in. We can also choose the difficulty. For us, it will be Mythic. If you want to play with your luck, you can also choose the Warforged/Titanforge level. And the only thing that we have left to do right now after selecting the source is to just click the Run Droptimizer button at the bottom. Once we do it, you will have to wait a bit to create the whole report and create the whole, let's say, results for you. But after you do it, you should be presented with something like this. So this is the reports of all the bosses and all of the loot they drop from the raid at a specific difficulty. We can see that they are put in a specific order. So for my character right now, it's Moment on Mythic. The Queen's Court, Queen Ishara, and Blackwater Behemoth are the, let's say, priority 1 bosses. What does that mean? It means that the gear that they drop are comparatively the biggest upgrades for our character, and the Droptimizer suggests that those are probably the bosses we want to bonus roll, right? But not only this report provides us with information about bonus rolls, but if you scroll down, we can see a very, very nice and very important list that I recommend everybody to have during a Reclear raid. So, for example, when we go down here, here is where we are currently with the current gear tab. Basically, anything that is below that threshold will be a downgrade for us in the raid, and we can see there's quite a few items already happening here. But anything that is above that will be an upgrade. Yeah, scaling from this ring with plus 78 DPS up to the main hand staff, which is, you know, quite big, I can say. And what does this do for us, and why is it so important? Because if you are doing a Reclear raid, one of the things as a loot council member I very often find is that somebody writes in their note that this is a 12% upgrades item for them. And to be fair, as a Loot Council member, I have absolutely no idea what that means and how to compare that with a different person's, I don't know, 10% of an upgrade. So what I really recommend doing, if you have the option to use Droptimizer, is to go to a weekly raid, have this run in the background, have this list in front of you as you're about to go into the raid. And then when this item drops and it is possible for sharing, you can just write in your notes, okay, this is a 600 DPS upgrade for me. Yeah. If somebody else does that, they can say, all right, but this item is a 700 DPS upgrade for me. And this number is much more tangible and much more understandable in understanding how to distribute each of the items for the specific raid team. Yeah, I can say. So that's very, very good. So like I say, I really recommend to have this list, be prepared with your bonus rolls, and be prepared with typing in these kinds of numbers. Additionally, you can also do the Azerite vendor, which we just discussed a moment ago. And that list is a little bit different. As you can see, I decided to simulate my character, comparing it with all the possible choices that the Titan Residuum vendor has for us in its store. And right now, again, I have, let's say, 3 containers to choose from: the chest, the shoulders, or the helm. And these are also ordered in specific priority, right? So for example, for me right now, priority 1 would be to get an item from the relinquished chest container. Additionally, it also tells me that I should probably buy it. So you can either be presented with a choice to buy an item or to gamble it. If you gamble, it means that you should just buy a random token. But if it tells you to buy, that means you should save up your Titan Residuum for a specific piece. Why? Very, very, very simply. A lot of these chests are massive downgrades for us. One of them is a very, very minor upgrade, and one of them is like a very, very big upgrade, yeah, by almost 681 DPS. So that's how Droptimizer works. I hope you guys found this video useful. Like I say, try to have this kind of list of raid gear prepared every time you are about to start up a heroic clear. And every time you save up some Azerite Residuum, make sure to run it just to know exactly what to do with your Residuum in the best way possible. If you guys will have any questions, just write to me on Discord. I should be around up pretty much all the time. And yeah, I hope that you guys found this video informative, and I might see you in the next one. So take care, guys. Have a good one, and bye!